Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Dragon Quest V. We're here in the bottom part of Mildrath's castle, in the Evil Mountain. Just have a few more floors to go, a few more enemies to find. So, got our old standby the Mimic here. Get another small medal. The main enemy you would like to encounter basically on these floors is the Metal King enemy. It gives 30,000 experience, so it's the best monster really to grind on. Problem is, like all the other metal enemies, metal slimes, metal babbles, they will run away frequently. So really annoying, but I do want to fight one just to be able to show off the stats of it. So I will be doing a little bit of cutting. So fall down these steps, we just end up in this like basement. There's two different staircases. We're going to go down this one in the lower right because it gets closer to this chest over here. To make progress though, we're going to have to fall down into the basement again. And you saw in the lower left corner of the basement there was a wall. We're going to have to fall into that section there. And there's another staircase there that'll allow us to climb back up and get further into the dungeon. So Brongo gets an updated helmet there with the Metal King helm. Almost found that hole there again. Another new enemy here, the White King. So they can use the Staff of Anti-Magic to mute your characters, but we're not really using a lot of magical type of characters right now for attacking. So he's not too much of a threat. When I do the cutout, I take about 6 minutes out of the episode where I'm just trying to farm Metal King slime. And basically I run from all the battles, except for like solo battles with like White Kings in them. They usually tend to come in solos, so they're real easy to take out in one turn, so I didn't want to overinflate my levels. Not that it really matters because after this episode I will be doing a little bit of grinding just to buy some equipment for characters back in Shahana. So we fall down here, we end up behind this wall. And climb up these stairs here, and we just head north to the next section. And this is where I'll be farming those Metal King enemies. We actually run into one right here, King Metals. And they cast the Chance spell, so Metal Slimes cast Fire, cast Blaze, Metal Babbles cast Fireball. These guys cast the Chance spell, so a bunch of weird different things can happen. In the bonus episode I'll show off, like what the Chance spell does, like I did in previous episodes. But as you can see, when I'm fighting these guys, I pull in Pippin and Sancho. Sancho, like I said, has that 1/3 chance to do a critical hit, and Pippin has 2 strikes because of the Falcon Sword, so it just increases the odds that one of them will hit and potentially do a critical hit and take out the King Metal. Which is surprising that the one who actually does end up getting a critical hit on the King Metal here is actually Bean. So, a Colossal Demon appeared. Basically attacks everybody for massive damage, except for the King Metal. And everybody's missing and missing. And luckily it ran out of MP for chance, but even more lucky, King Bean got the critical strike and gained a lot of experience there. So everyone's gaining their levels. Speaking of levels, like I said, I gained about 5 levels doing the between time grind. Basically, all I need to buy is I need to buy Pippin, the mirror armor, a shield of reflection for Harriet, and elven amulets for everybody in the party. So quite a bit of, like I said, quite a bit of grinding. I do just about outside of Shahana. Enemies there don't give too much gold, but they give good experience. And occasionally I run into the gold golems. They actually give decent gold. Probably grinded for maybe about an hour. Here's we got a little puzzle section coming up here. There's going to be holes in the room above. If you fall down any of those holes, you'll just end up in this little room right here. Depending on what hole you fall in, you'll fall into this, depending on which section you'll fall into. It's just basically a cross section. So easy to navigate out of. Not so easy is navigating the puzzle inside, but it's not too bad. So basically, you have all these rooms, and you have to step in those star tiles, and the star tile will move the room that you're in to the empty square. We have to get to the top, but the only one that has a opening to the top is the middle one right above, but we can't get to the middle one now because, well, we're blocked off. So we're gonna have to take a long way around here. And basically all it ends up doing is we end up shifting everything on the left down one, and that allows us to access the middle. And then we shift the one in the top center over to the left one, and then that allows us to move the middle to the center and proceed onward. So move down here and just walk over to the center. And you can see this one is free to be moved to the left. You move it over. You see all the different holes there. So those holes obviously prevent you from just moving anyone around. And well, yeah, pretty simple puzzle once you know the solution, and we are free to head on up. This reminds me of Dragon Quest IV, where you're walking up the mountain to get to Estork. And here we have the final chest in the game. In the regular game, like I said, there's the bonus dungeon that has some chests. When we open this chest, it summons out these two Hell Battlers. Two monsters you normally can't encounter until the bonus dungeon. It's a shame you can't recruit any monsters in the evil dungeon here, because you could recruit these guys in the bonus dungeon, and as you can see, they have a really lot of good abilities. Explodeth, the most powerful like multi-targeting spell. They have like a blizzard breath or spell. So these guys they're quick, they hurt, they use a lot of they have a lot of good equipment selection. So yeah, overall, really good monster to have in your party. But you get them so late. And now that by this point in time, your monsters are probably set. I guess the only reason you'd really want one then later on is for the bonus boss. Now there's no special thing for beating the bonus boss a certain amount of turns. He'll let you know how many turns you beat him in the DS remake, you can get some rewards if you beat him under 15 turns. But like I said, those don't apply to this initial Super Famicom release. So you can drop the Hell Saber, which is a pretty strong sword for a lot of different monsters. We'll just change out some of our characters here. Like I said, they're doing a lot of damage, so just pull in some fresh characters. That's the good thing about having the wagon with you. We'll be able to do this also for the final boss, which is nice. Bianca just needs to learn one more spell, the Blazemo spell, which is the best single target spell. Which is really good when she has that echoing hat. See, it casts the spell twice. So that's how Bianca becomes a really good damage dealer. Having that Blazemo spell, casting it twice with the echoing hat. And the Hell Battler is defeated. And we get the Orhalconfat, which is the strongest single target weapon for most monsters. Can be beaten out by the metal King Sword. Mostly slime type enemies use that. Or slime type monsters, I should say, because not really enemies when they join your party. I have one of them for Slayland, but I'm not going to use it. So yeah, so we'll give this to Barongo. And I actually thought I had one more enemy to farm in here. It took a while to actually find it. The moon phase. So I actually ran around here for about like 10 minutes trying to find this monster, found it, and I was like, wait, I already had this monster. So, well, I just got a little bit of that like extra money so I can buy a few more things when I head to Shahana here. And so the main thing is, just getting that better equipment. I forego getting a Shield of Reflection for Slaylin because he's not really in the party, he's not doing anything, and for Bean because they don't want to inflate my levels too much. And once you get to the bonus dungeon, Bean will end up getting a new shield. So probably go into the bonus dungeon, get that new shield, give it to Bean, sell Bean's old shield, and that'll probably be enough to pick up the Shield of Reflection for Slaylin. Now, like I said, I mentioned in the previous episode, one of the good advantages of clearing out Evil Mountain, getting all the treasure, and then coming back and making a save, is that you want to clear out Evil Mountain again. If you just went behind Evil Mountain and we went beyond those doors, those doors where the Hell Battlers came out, that's where the last boss is, Mildrath. If we would have went there and just fought Mildrath right now, say we beat him, when we would restart the game, we would start from the save that was before we even entered Evil Mountain. So we'd have to go back and get all those treasures again, and so you basically have to go through it twice anyway to get all the treasures again to prepare for the bonus dungeon. So you might as well just get all the treasures now, come back, also buy a few more things to make a few more characters a little bit stronger to take on the end game, and then that way I'll make a save here, and when we head to the when we beat the game, we just restart right here again with the final dungeon already looted. This special dungeon is right to the south. You just walk south, I think it's 4 steps south of the entrance to Evil Mountain, and you step into the swamp, and it takes you right to the bonus dungeon. I wonder if the 4 steps south is maybe a throwback to 4 steps south of the fountain in Cole is where you would find the fairy flute used in Dragon Quest 1. Yeah, it kind of seems to want to tie back. They have a nice little remembering their past, very nostalgic. That's one, I guess, the good things that people like about the Dragon Quest. They never really try to innovate. You pretty much know what a Dragon Quest is. Where a lot of games, like the Final Fantasy series, has gone through like several iterations. It's just turn-based. The first 3, there was an active time battle for I think the next 5. And then 10 became its own battle system, and then 12 was like an MMO. 13 was like an action. 13, 15, and 16 I think were all that kind of action-based. And this new 7 remakes. With Dragon Quest, you're always going to get the kind of simplistic, good versus evil story. Not much, a lot of deep social commentary. Good versus evil, simple battle systems, I wonder who's Akira Toriyama is the guy who did all the designing for the monsters. He was the one who did the Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball animes. He passed away last year. Last year I mean like 2023 I think it was. Just only recently, the 2024, 25 I mean. So I wonder like who's like taking over, designing new monsters. I guess there's other people that could draw on his style. So we got a few helmets there for characters. Like I said, then the main thing we're going to be doing is ended up buying the mirror armor for Pippin and the Shield of Reflection for Harriet. And then I will, before I go into the Evil Mountain again for the last time, I will show off just the stats that I have for my characters and show their equipment loadout. It's sad that you don't get all of like Bean's best equipment. He is still lacking the shield. Too bad you don't get the best stuff for him before you. Some of the stuff you get in the bonus dungeon is, not like, I guess, plot important. Where like the Shield of Radiance was one of those special items that was kind of mentioned, being more powerful than the Zenithian gear. If you really give it to you in the actual real game. But a few more Metal King type items in the bonus dungeon too. But just selling a little bit of equipment here. Not that I can really get anything more with it, so not that we really need more inventory space. Like I said, there's a few treasures in the bonus dungeon. There's 9 things, but we have more than enough inventory space as is. So we're going to make our final save. Well, before our grinding, so like I said, I'll do about, I did about an hour grinding, got about 5 levels, got the remaining equipment I need for my characters, and this is where we'll start off in our next episode, ready to confront Mildrath, the Demon King. Take care, have a good one, thanks for following along, and I hope you enjoyed this Let's Play. Have a good one, bye.